Hi, Preston Salen here with Home Inspection Carolina. Today I wanted to answer a question that I actually get all the time. Golly, my mom, maybe that was a little too tight. Sorry about that. A question I get all the time, and that is, what has to be fixed? You know, you've had the inspection, you've got this report, and you got all these items. You know, what has to be fixed? Well, the technical answer is, and you're not going to want to hear this if you're a buyer, nothing. There is no law that says things have to be fixed or, you know, whatever. But here's the caveat. In many states, I'm in North Carolina, the buyer can walk away from the deal. They would lose their due diligence, usually not their earnest money, if the seller refused, you know, to make some repairs or something. So the short answer is nothing has to be repaired, but usually there's some compromise. The seller knows you could, you know, walk away, and some, you know, it may cost you some money or something, but you know, the seller wants to sell it, you want to buy it. So usually there's some negotiation there. And obviously if you're a buyer and you inspect this house and, you know, there's $10,000 worth of problems there that you weren't expecting, you know, you're going to either ask for that to be fixed or a price adjustment or something, or, you know what, you can buy another house, you know, because whatever. Hope that doesn't upset anybody. But the answer is nothing has to be fixed, but usually there's some form of compromise. The advice I always give, now, you know, everybody has different thresholds of what bothers them or not. The advice, or every time I've bought a house, what I've done is looked for the any high dollar, high ticket items or any safety concerns, and that's what I ask for or ask for a concession on. And I usually am okay with some of the smaller items or the cosmetic items. I usually will present the entire report to the seller and say, this is all the stuff we found. This is just the few things I'm asking for. And then that gives the appearance of, well, not appearance, it is transparency. You're extending the olive branch, and usually that works out well. I have seen some sellers fix everything, even more, and I've seen some sellers be like, you know, go to Hades. They're already, you know, getting this house too cheap. I'm not fixing a thing. But usually there's some form of compromise, and that's usually the right thing to do. You know, you can certainly ask for everything, but there is no law that states that, you know, this has to be fixed or that has to be fixed. But there is no law that says, well, let me retract that. I mean, you can certainly walk away from a deal. It may cost you. And in certain states, you know, I don't know what their contract, I don't want to say that here. I can only speak for North Carolina because that's the state that I'm in. I will say, prior to the 1980s, people didn't even have home inspections. Everybody worked for the seller, and it was just basically buyer beware. In the 1980s, there was a court case, Easton versus Stroudsbury, and it had to do with a landslide and cracking of the house. It was in California. It's not something we really have a problem with here in North Carolina. But the ruling of that case basically kick-started the home inspection profession, because the ruling was, you know, that the buyer should have time to do inspections and decide if, you know, that they want to move forward or, you know, ask for repairs or whatnot. So now home inspection is, you know, and again, home inspection is not required, but it's pretty much standard, and it's a pretty good idea. You know, you're making a huge investment. Let's, you know, look under the hood, make sure, you know, it's not rusted underneath, so to speak, or shower pan, whatever. Know what you're getting into, and then, you know, ask for repairs or price adjustment based on the report. But every situation's different. You know, if you're getting it at a really good price to begin with, or the sellers are in dire straits, you know, divorce or bankruptcy or something, I don't know. I mean, they're really probably not even going to have the means to do the repairs. So anyway, I hope that answered the question that I always get. Again, to recap, what is required to be repaired? Nothing. But everything's negotiable. and majority of the time there's some form of compromise. The buyer, sort of asks for any big ticket items or safety issues, and sort of lets it go on the smaller things, and says that we can fix that ourselves, or something like that. That's just a good idea. But again, there is nothing required. Hope that has been helpful. If you have any other home inspection questions, check out homeinspectioncarolina.com or askthecharlotteinspector.com. If you don't have, we have a lot of FAQs and videos and all kinds of stuff. But if your question's not answered on there, feel free to contact us through that. And if we don't know the answer, we'll try to find out for you or put you in touch with somebody who does. This has been Preston Sandlin for Home Inspection Carolina. Thanks for watching.